This is the kind of lens pair that lets you actually film a whole project in anamorphic without swapping between primes every 2 minutes. From 40mm wide establishing shots to a compressed 135mm close-up, you get the entire storytelling range in just 2 pieces of parfocal glass.
Whoa!
That flexibility in a 2-time squeeze is incredibly rare. The magic headline is full frame, 2-time squeeze, anamorphic zooms. This combo is pretty rare, and it immediately makes the Sunlight series worth paying attention to. In terms of feel, this is more like what I was expecting from the Proteus zooms a few months ago. With the name Sunlight, you would think these lenses would be featherlight and super fast. Alas, we got the opposite. These zooms open to T4.5 and weigh over 2.5 kilograms each. That is 5.5 pounds in American. Sunlight is an interesting name choice. Yet, the irony of the name flips into charm. The weight is only a drawback if you try to fit this pair of lenses to all filming scenarios. The weight is part of the package, as Laowa's latest zooms feel like capital P proper cinema zooms. They got the heft, the build, the look. When you mount them on a camera, they carry the serious presence. And I recommend supporting such presence with the provided foot support. When I pick my rig up from the top handle, my cage starts protesting, but once you've got them locked onto a shoulder rig or a tripod, the functionality clicks. The Sunlights don't try to be hybrid tools, they show up ready for a real set with a fully staffed crew to achieve nostalgic zoom action. Using the samples provided, both lenses showed a bit of vignetting at the wide end when filming full frame open gate. It was dramatic on the 40-80mm, but not so much on the 70-135. But it is not the kind of thing you would expect when buying into a full frame lens. Laowa has assured me that they have addressed this coverage issue in the final production units, so the copies that ship should not have any vignetting through the entire zoom range. That's encouraging because when you're promising full frame and 2-time squeeze, the expectations are a little high. One of the first things that jumped out at me is the focus throw. Both zooms give you just over 300 degrees of travel, which is long even by prime standards. In practice, this makes pulling focus a joy. It's a smooth, deliberate, and precise experience. There's none of that twitchy feeling that you get with short throws where the difference between sharp and out is just a few degrees of turn on the wheel. Focus pullers will appreciate having the real estate to work with, and solo filmmakers will feel more confident about hitting marks. Oh, and we got both metric and imperial distance engravings. The zoom throw is 100 degrees, which is a nice balance. Enough travel to give you control, but not so much that you're cranking endlessly to get from one end of the range to the other. And they come with little knobs for controlling the zoom rings. That's fun. To wrap up the construction, everything feels tight and solid. There's no loose play, no free spinning. These are built for cinema rigs, and they behave like it. Let's not gloss over the basics. Both lenses share the same physical dimensions, and the front diameter is 105mm for clip-on matte boxes, while still offering you 95mm threads for filters. This consistency is key when rigging for a big project. You don't have to reconfigure every time you switch from one zoom to the other. Last, my favorite Laowa feature is present in the Sunlight zooms, which is the focus adjustment ring next to the PL mount. By loosening the proper screws and attaching the little knob, you can make adjustments to the zoom's parfocality without repeatedly removing the mount and adjusting shims until you get it right. The focus adjustment ring is key if your focus marks don't match real-world distances, and it's also super helpful if you're swapping the mount or using unreliable adapters. Laowa offers all main mirrorless mounts as add-ons, but it's relevant to point out these lenses won't work on EF cameras. Now let's talk about the slow part. T4.5 wide open. On paper, that sounds limiting. Honestly, it feels a little limiting outside of paper too. But if Laowa pushed for T2.8, these lenses would be much bigger, much heavier, and definitely out of everyone's budgets. As final users, we do our best to complain. But when designing optics, at some point, you have to question whether the trade-offs are worth it. The Sunlights at t4.5 make sense in today's world, where we have super sensitive sensors and clean images at higher ISOs. So you don't need a wide open anamorphic zoom for everything, and you can do a lot with a slower stop. That said, I still wouldn't recommend filming night exteriors without additional lighting with these lenses. At the end of the day, t4.5 is going to work out for some people and not work for others. But the image holds together when wide open. One of the main reasons we want faster lenses is to see more anamorphic ovo bokeh. In this scenario, push the zoom further or pull your subjects closer, since the 40 to 80mm can focus down to 2 feet or 60 centimeters, and the 70 to 135 comes down to 2 foot 7 inches or 80 centimeters. So we're pretty close. I think I'm about a foot and a half from the camera, from the lens actually. Considering each lens is about 24 centimeters long, that's about 10 inches, your subject is effectively sitting much closer to the front of the glass than you would think by just reading those numbers. And much like other Laowa lenses, we get neat 2x bokeh from edge to edge of the frame, instead of the budget-friendly cat-eye bokeh, moon-shaped bokeh, or nail-clipping bokeh. And since I'm already sitting this close to the glass, let's look at the lens breathing, or the almost lack thereof. This is almost the same as Panavision's vertical breathing. It really comes close. I'd say it's more subtle than Panavision, and really hard to see any horizontal breathing. In this aspect, no one comes close to what Laowa does. The Sunlights just came out and they retail for $6,000 each, or $11,000 for the pair, which is more than what I can pay on any given lens right now. But they convey a feeling and deliver a quality both optically and mechanically that punches a lot higher than their price tag, aiming to take space so far claimed by much more established brands. I ran my tests at t4.5 only, and here's what I found. If we ignore the hard vignetting that is being fixed, we still see some light fall off from the center to the edges. This kind of vignetting helps narrowing attention to the center of the frame, and the light values across the frame should become more even upon stopping down. The resolving power is evenly distributed across the frame, and even though we still see a little less resolution towards the edges, focus fall off is seriously mitigated by the slower aperture. I don't observe standout chromatic aberration, and the image holds up with great character. It's not too sharp, not too dirty. The Sunlight zooms come in 3 flavors of flares: sci-fi blue, vintage amber, and modern silver. No, they don't have those cool adjectives. I added those myself. The pair that I got is amber, and I think this flare color contributes to the vintage zoom vibe I am getting from them. Like most of Laowa's flares, these aren't super appealing and still feel like a bit like streak flares. Last, in the land of distortion, we get a little bit of pincushion at the wide end, as Laowa is famed for, but once more, a super easy correction in resolve. So, what's the takeaway? Laowa's Sunlight zooms are big, heavy, and not particularly fast, but they're also some of the most interesting and complex anamorphic lens designs I've seen in a while. We're getting full frame coverage, 2x squeeze, parfocal zoom, precise mechanics, and 3 flare options wrapped in a proper cinema lens shape. If you couldn't tell yet, these aren't lenses for solo filmmakers looking for a lightweight kit. They make me want to have bigger projects to properly demonstrate their performance. They're tools for productions that can handle the weight and want the flexibility to move from wide establishing shots to tight close-ups without so many lens changes. And in that role, they deliver. Would I be curious about the T2.8 version? Absolutely. Do I actually want to pay the price difference and lug around a 10-pound lens? Not really. If you're after full-frame anamorphic storytelling with the flexibility of zooms, the Sunlight 40 to 80mm and 70 to 135mm should be on your radar. They may not be light, but they shine in all the right places. Do you share my positive perspective? Express yourself in the comments below. I hope you learned something useful here today, and I'll see you on the next one. Chito Fathers, out.